hørte det godt. Fucking faggots, man. Fucking faggots, man. Sådan så. Swans. No. Not so. Episode. Shut up. Ooh. Yeah, could you see that? Okay, so talking has been 1.5 years, and like I said, stalking and weird noises that for some reason passes me in way, like when people like go past. Shit, when people like walk past me, man, for years. Also, death dates. Getting further and further away when they pass. But it's like everyone knows them anyway. Fuck it, right? Ah, Sunday. Oh, last week in fucking September. Definitely tomorrow. Definitely at 32. Definitely at 46. I hear like, what the fuck? And because I will be in jail for so long. Right. Right. No, I'm just stuck here. It's my sentence. But no, going away for like 8 months. Once it reaches 5, 7 years. I started about committing criminality, committing crime. That shit is done for. Yeah. This 1.5 years. Or exactly one. There was another split where I was supposed to guess the sign was getting me to it. So I felt it months before it happened because the year was represented as the boy, 2023. And if the group doesn't stand there firmly in the laws and then they move up to the death energy and claim to be an end or be all truth and pretending to be the most knowledgeable and the most critical and the most real and true feel or expel, and then pretend that, that then you cannot be like a Scorpio. So no, it's not the quality I'm talking about. We all have 78 qualities all the time, if that's that. But then move up to then from there, and they always do it, the judgment, præcis. And you how pathetic he is. Talk about me like 4 minutes ago. And be remembered as bad designs, bad people, like creations that I need to, because it's moving backwards. So stay in the lowest energy, don't move forward to the. But then okay, I just also put cards on you. And look at this here, and this here, exactly like you did, the first two cards, and you are the second card. Okay. But anything else? It's a life path. There would be going down history books for being bad creations, bad frontal images, bad siblings, bad doing chores, trying to be the most humorous and most honest. And dangerous, right? But being too much of the lowest energy, so it always comes out right childish and stupid, fuldstændig. Then what does it do? It moves up to judgment. That's telling much about what they don't want, right? It's also what they try to not do. And the group of this energy, this 2 year ago I made, I pulled this. It's just a life thing. You can't do it in normal spread, and then 7 people today from all corners of this empty room here. The next 15 minutes was all about, but then I wanted to, for him and us, it doesn't resonate, it's not a collective, for fuck's sake, it's really like that, to check their energy, and the energy has still stayed the same, and what they'll do, they stand themselves in the deaf energy again and again and again the next 15 minutes, and pretending, also lying, too young energy, having to be in the lovers, you move older, forcing it will not end good, will. But then again and again, standing there like we are the truth, that's not exactly the shit I want to hear from someone pretending to be a Scorpio, like energy. Subconscious. Look how quiet it is. What do I get today? Key card, High Priestess, 6 of Swords, past, 8 of Swords, present, right? Future, 4 Wands. And having been moved from stressful situations to this, and then some of the same people I thought I would never have to deal with again, like suddenly they appear in the same energy as them, but it comes to your full rumors or what they what they go around saying. There's a lot of perceptions. You have to be discerning, but some things are quite like obvious. You wouldn't know how long time you have to, in my place, listen to this. They also said something today about they want to witness against me, and I know it's false crimes, right? And it's just to make me scared, first and foremost. Otherwise, yeah, maybe they can get a lot of people to go on and say, but I don't know if they have jobs pretending to be where they are, because some of the people here don't know. Maybe it's just a zoo we live in, maybe not. It sure feels like that some days. Things that people ought to be finding out easily, right? But you end up in prison because you happen to defend yourself. You end up then later answering something that's new to you, but thinking they do it for investigation purposes, right? Answering, yeah, okay, that one I have actually tried, but it's something real dumb, like being memory read, and having and the people publicizing it, saying it loud like this. 2 units, me and the phone. So someone also lie about it not being live. What the fuck isn't a live reading if outside? I remember doing outside live readings for myself with the bicycle cards, talking to myself back in the day 3 years ago, and having 5 honest cards come out, and feeling the amazement sometimes from speaking it loud. Sometimes people they're good at admitting to themselves and to their friends, okay, this guy is awesome. Maybe he's also everything, or he's also like he's maybe 2 things. It's just for fun. But like they had the awesome idea, bad or shut up. I think mostly when you're younger. Oh yeah, the shut up spells also. So also this has been going on for years. I didn't really realize. Now I see it's actually this. So they are just relentless at being stupid. Faggots. Like loose hands, not anything about gender and preference, just about the loose hands. That's been called svensk in Denmark. Garmigrill. Sounds like Kumbaya. Look how quiet it is. That's my name. Mikael. As you see, the last 3 days, something was pull up a camera and just let stand here. Nothing to be hacked, nothing. That's just a pretty good filming device. Just put it up here, have a lot of space on it. You wouldn't even ask twice about it. Like, just dumb. Yeah, obvious. Easy peasy. I didn't remember those 2 coming back in. We just heard them out there. I was just about to say, yeah, she's in there. Yeah, but footsteps at one time. I'm a pirate, and I'm another person. I'm this and I'm that. But please film it. I mean, now and then I start doing lowering work. I don't know the terminology, but you know here, 32 minutes they didn't expect. Read mine real quick. Okay, so they can do it too. Oh yeah. I don't know why. This was not for those people. I just wanted to say it in sort of a sound of this particular thing sounding like an empty video, but because and then me having to make the most noise, like then my fucking voice just making it sound like you can't turn it all the way up. But you know, the more you know, the less you figure out you need to want to realize. Because you can already deal with the truth. Okay, but then you know the high priestess and the six of swords, eight of swords, one more. I forgot. Steven and Ignatius. With only one court card. 6, 8, what do we have? Oh yeah, 4 wands. Together they then make a 2. Again, so it's a high priestess reading for sure. And I've been moving on from toxic ass family relations and all that. You just thinking, okay, but now I deal with myself because people that come and doesn't really contribute to anything but destruction of your lives, even though they're blood. Then just start staying away from them 5 years, you know. And then the same people seem to show to want to silence me. That would be something you could crazy swap the words. Then ending up in the 8 of swords because of that. Not because of that, but this is the 8 of swords we're talking about now. Then now. And then doesn't have a home, and in the future it says a home card, you know. Then when I put the cards back, lay down the deck, then the magician was on the bottom, and making it a 3. And I just pulled the world card on one card about myself after doing it to someone with a 3 card, 3 or 4 cards, but maybe 3 to 5. That he was, that they were glad about also. And then showing the 1 card for me, and then it came out up as the world. So then he's saying, well, that means, well, I'm complete. And why it comes out as a 3, as a Empress world reading, the one from today, past, present, future. Also because like all the shit I know, I don't care how much more effort I put into placing some knowledge about it. At least not normally. Normally I'm really good at something. Sometimes canceling it out. Other times just absorbing and getting all the info because of trying to apply logic to it over time, because there's been enough. Now there's been enough for something too. And, you know, the logic just applies because you were really good at it, and the knowledge just come flowing in. A crazy ass wave of acid, a wave of lava, you know. Knight of Pentacles. 5 behaving as fire, Pentacles behaving as knights. Oh. Relentless, not stopping once it's moved. You have a friend that's a Knight of Pentacles in your circle that will help you. It's a good builder, a good person at getting overall perspective, good analysts, skillful. Maybe we can figure out another card too. I'm seeing the sun. So yeah, day-to-day worker, always working hard, working soon, ending early, eating late, sleeping early, getting good. Let's say he's building something for a party. Like you can build a house, and you can build a place where you can have your bar and all that with the sun card. I'm hearing the word Nietzsche, Natasha, Emerald. Somebody be called Emerald. I'm hearing Steve. I'm hearing Natasha, lasagna. I'm hearing actually lasagna Natasha, like some kind of bad name someone gave someone in the kindergarten times. School times, fourth grade. I'm hearing Rob. I'm hearing Bill. Lone is also actually a name. Uni also actually a name. Cass or Class. Erwin. Brick. Somebody's called Brick or Rick. Somebody be called Brick. Or the Rock. Somebody be named themselves after the Rock. With the Knight of Pentacles as your friend, and what he's aspiring to, there should be treatments on the outside, like come here and get in and get cooled down or get some warm. So multiple people in the community actually. I'm seeing the Queen of Swords. On my card there's a butterfly in the tip of the sword. The Knight of Pentacles has something of arcane wisdom in his hand. It's like he's straight out of a Tomb Raider movie. I don't know. Coming out as the Tomb Raider. Somebody named Holly. Jonathan. Gray, somebody called Gray. Somebody has purple hair. Look how quiet it is. Somebody needs to quit. Somebody needs to quit smoking or just quit being annoying in general. Stop drinking. It attracts banana flies. If you don't go down with it. I don't feel you want it. But donate it all. Somebody is being somebody is a don. Somebody's always being afraid and saying, don't you do it. Somebody is a niece to a Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Swords, the Sun shows the do, like there's the magna and there's the do, and how would they correspond in there? Let's say Queen of Swords is a community. So whatever's being built or whatever is what am I going to call this? Whatever practical purposes your friend can apply to your lives. It's like I said, community. It's a Queen of Swords community where you learn from. It's people who are best at strategizing, being a fresh student, having fun, having a good temper, and can put in a refreshingly funny anecdote or word in otherwise tightening revelations. I almost wanted to say it. Somebody is hot. Somebody is not. Somebody is true to their words, and somebody falls flat by the. I'm seeing those bricks with the K and the M and the J on it. Somebody's called Jules. Somebody's called Jared. Somebody's called again break or break. Somebody's called the wicked. The wicked. Maybe somebody's being called wicked or is wicked. Maybe something is called a wicked revival. I don't know what that is. Yeah, somebody needs to lay out the lines of Duday and CDS weed, and stop sitting there having the only hobby being smoking, like all day smoking weed or tobacco all day. Somebody has an undignified, many has undignified. I almost wanted to say, well, okay, somebody should stay off the next, stay inside the next new moon. The next 2 new moons, stay inside. Because also moons will draw water up, in the body. Like I was just getting told by a teacher. Self-proclaimed teacher. Somebody's called Roy. Somebody loves somebody's noodle is being cooked, and I've seen someone being very mad. Somebody's called Matthew. Somebody's called Guy. My friend is called Nicholas. I know more people who also call Nicholas, Neil, Frey, Jerry, Conrad. Somebody's good at bribing. Overall golden energy also, I'm seeing like golden apples because of the dew in the Queen of Swords card. I haven't even pulled nothing. Look how quiet it is. So, right? Okay, what is this? Why is two souls being called peace when they can't make a peaceful picture like the source that cross? We got a lot of souls and a two souls with a peace. Four souls. Justice. 2 of Cups. Okay, so 2 of Cups, justice. Powerful influence. Straight up actions, straight up magic, straight up. Good climate. I've seen these episodes too, so 2 o'clock. Whatever, now it's 2 o'clock episode. Stirring the pot, saying something that others don't like, because you need to edging your mind, reading the book, getting influenced by word, creating a newfound love, releasing new love. I need to find her. Nice they are. Twos. Nicer twos. So it's a 5. Friction in the energy. Like I said, stirring the pot now it just becomes a very important job to do. Creating a future for others, and that will give to yourself. Spoiling someone's innocent secret business. People telling on themselves. You winning because we're stupid. Knight of Swords, tornado or lightning energy, both reversed and upright. Fled the scene, did the truth, so that people could stay ignorant and stay happy. Leaving a situation so you can stay happy. Fled from the situation that made you foggy. Yeah, I like this one for you. Escape a situation that made your mind foggy. Somebody is a spawn, and but I'm picking up on some people that thinks they are sworn and they are not. Some of you have been looking a little more clumsy than the others in the earlier years of your upbringing, and then more and more time passes, and you look less and less funny in it, and more refined, and you also notice that people that were that were never afraid of their looks suddenly or something happens, so you just never know them again after you see them. People happen, and they have very bad energy towards each other. It's just magnetism. It will always hurt the people that doesn't know how to enjoy, follow each other in some enjoyment. So sometimes we just get friction on our energies. Some of you start. Start respecting your gurus, guides. Somebody's named Guru. Somebody reads a lot of Rainbow. Guru. Somebody is called Nix, like in magic cards. Magic cards. Let's see. The devil is the first card. Okay, and then the Six of Pentacles. And Ten of Swords. Okay, and then the fourth card. Two of Cups. Okay. It's definitely I want to say a marriage becomes because of the devil, but when the business came in, the whole thing went to shit. Or it has always been shit, and it actually getting good. But more importantly, the devil coming out as the first card is saying that this is an important question for whoever needs this. I see something here. Intuition. Reach a point of ascension because of your hard working and learning skills. Mastery let the betrayal stop an influence from heaven. Block the magic from heaven. All my magic cards got stolen, can you believe it? That was almost in 69. Okay, and then pairing them. 2, 3, 9, 6, the lowest. Yeah, okay, and it automatically becomes the lowest reading. The devil comes out as the only major, and the Two of Cups is not touching all of the cards, not touching the business card. Business didn't matter because things started off as a very much more shady foundation than it became. So you get the marriage and the joy being well done, because Two of Cups, marriage with the devil and the lovers, always, or the Hierophant. How many times do I have to do this? Should we do a life path? I see Temperance after the Chariot comes up. It's a fire. It's definitely marriage here, and just be disciplined. Don't be afraid to be a hero with the Chariot. Don't be afraid to be become really angry. Six of Wands, yeah, that's the truth. It's really guiding me, right? If I would, and I could see that this is probably the Knight of Swords. Three of Swords. Okay. So, yeah. Somebody be called Nick. Somebody be named, somebody be called egg, and or somebody be told to not egg them on. Okay, we have to start here. Didn't we? Yeah, okay. So it's gonna be at the start, the Empress and the Wheel of Fortune reading. Which card will come first? Let's see what comes first. Empress. Okay. So it works between. Don't interrupt me. The star comes, and then the Wheel of Fortune didn't come. Okay, so it goes forward. So just learn to cultivate your crops, tend to whatever whatever you have going on. Because then you will end up at the hopes realized card or the hope card. Light year. Don't let it take light years or be light years ahead. Yeah, light years. Yeah, perfect. So yes, to evolve, just like go create some luck for yourself, or wait on divine timing. Do as the Queen of Swords card in the Empresses freeze. Do as them, and turn the tables before ending up as the star. You know, if it was the other way around, I would say this group's energy, and this is not even the collective. That's again. Let's just keep this to as far as much people that could check this video out. That will have a specific group, I would say, or whatever you want to think about. Apply the rules as they fit. Then you can. Then the most of you could see this is a what energy. It could be just apply the rules as they fit. But I always say that if it's not you can almost say it right. And it's a real issue. I'm not even kidding. It's coming out 3 days in a row now where I can't even sleep for it, and they talk to me all the time. And it's no joke, you know. So I gotta also pay attention to. Sometimes I have stated in readings this cannot be resonating with people who are organized dogs, etc., etc. This here, I'm just saying this is not a live outside live reading for people around me that could be enjoying the annoyance of my company. Like, you know, it starts somewhere, it also ends with you. This was readings I've done. For example, the one where in the hopes and fears position, some people, I think the first energy to come out was the Queen of Pentacles reversed or something, and it was back then where all the cards came out that way. Hopes and fears to not be looked at as the Six of Wands reversed. The Star reversed for the issue at hand, because someone long time ago was crossed with the issue at hand, the Page of Cups with the Star reversed. So light years ago there would be someone who had a crush on someone. But hopes and fears, the lens they look through is St. Peter, the Temperance card, Sagittarius, Temperance, right? And that's all they could think about. And I think maybe it was clarified by the Six of Wands reversed that they don't want to be seen as losers. But yeah, what could we get on the Empress? The Wheel of Fortune. What other queens are there? Think about the Queen of Cups too. Passion, emotional capacity, intuition. So what sign would that be on the Wheel of Fortune? That would be that would be Scorpio. So I'm so tired with that. your world would end up as a star if you just if you just sometimes need some luck, no matter how hard. So, but in a group this here is, if it was the opposite around, then it would be don't end up in the, as the Empress, don't end up in the hope card and having to need to pray for getting what you want, or hoping for no damage hitting again, or for prosperity to come back, and just stand in the ace of it all. With some tarot, with some luck, with some dice divination, try to check out your own methods. Let's see in combinations here. Queen of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so she put the oven on so and so degrees. There was a card in between. Okay, 9 of Wands with the Wheel of Fortune. Waiting for the perfect moment to strike back. Knowing when the perfect moment of striking back will be. Time heals all wounds. Luckily he was strong. Straight, right? None of one. Page of Swords. Pentacles behaving as pages, like a mountain, like a Page of Swords, I say. Earth behaving as wind behaving as earth. Like Wi-Fi, like the library, like the books. They come from the mind, they get into physical manifestation. If it was for no Page of Swords, we wouldn't have had the internet. Queen of Pentacles, like water, like pentacles behaving as water, such as a hot spring. Reversed, the dark essence of earth behaving as water, such as ice. No, okay, earth behaving as water. The pentacles behaves like a suit, and then comes a page, knight, king, and then a queen, a queen and then a king. Pentacles. Earth behaving as water, like ice. Isn't it the other way around? Oh, the earth gets extended by the snow, and then more things to walk on appear, and that's because it tries to be water. Okay, I see. So I was like, okay, because you can walk on ice like you can on earth. Yeah, then it was cold host reversed, good host upright, right? Wands, fire, King of Pentacles, Pentacles behaving as wind. Okay, yeah, exactly this one. This one was tricky. It's set like a diamond, right? I don't know, because cold earth, then it gets pressure. Oh, okay. Businessman. What do I have? King of Wands also a main character like energy, because it's either the tornado or the lightning bolt. No matter what life or reverse life. Just we don't want it near you, but it can act on your friend's behalf if it wants to. Then it's like an epic novel.
Okay, what do we have here this week? Happy justice. Eight of Pentacles, justice. You have all the details to win the court case. Is it justice? This is the Three of Cups, right? It's justice. You will ace that. No, actually, ace attorney, because 8 plus 2, so it's an ace attorney. Details to the justice system. Oh, and it was a reading, so now it became collective, right? Now it just became collective. Like you will ace that ace attorney. You will ace that test. The evidence is piling up. Oh yeah. Seeing that. Yep. And Knight of Pentacles and the Devil shows up. Knight of Pentacles. Magma and the Devil. Okay, so card combination, I would say. The seven hells. Mm-hmm. 8. Yeah. The first hell will actually feel worse with its flames than the seventh hell with its crippling cold. Even though it's when people have these effects on their horoscope on their body, sometimes it's like weaknesses. You can read about your weaknesses and your strength is what comes out of the chart, but the weaknesses is something that's actually sometimes put up, like here's your weakness, changes in temperature, changes in temperature, for example. So you might be a person who needs to wear a little bit extra on the coming days. It's also a been cold day yesterday, I think, out here. It goes faster. All your people, you're good at keeping warm anyway. You don't need a coat before it gets later on the year. I put my coat away before the summer really hit. Something about space. Something about, not about time, but about space. Something about how much can you carry your own weight. Something about carry your own weight. Something significant about carrying your own weight. Page of Wands, like wood or cold or blossoms. Page of Wands, wood or cold blossoms may indicate the birth of a child. One who feels the passion and the passion. One who feels the influence of passion greatly. I'm hearing reverberating. And King of Swords, one who knows about love and all, wind, acting like wind. If there was no Page of Cups, there would be no, let's see, here it's Page of Cups. I'm Cups, I'm acting like Pentacles. What don't get it. Here you go. It is a shit video. But you know, you have to carry it. You can't go through a dragon scale dungeon or a fire dungeon without the dragon scales, right? Without the dragon armor, fireproof stuff. You can't escape the flames without the sturdiness of the dragon that creates them. So maybe it's something about having a hard fight ahead of you. Maybe it's something about using your dark intellect to create a pathway through whatever, using the right element, being in the right element, even though people might have something to say. I was thinking about something staying in the truth, but gather information now. The tower, yes. That's he felt yes card last time I saw it as the person.
Just like waking up all the things about like I would shape my own paradigm for you. I would whenever you're wearing something, it's always something that's shocking. You have a lot of vibrant colors about you. You look good in black. If there was a problem, I would shoot a gun for you, whatever. Even though it's the biggest no car, but you have this, the tower, right? It would definitely always say, this is going to the last little bit. If you just apply your cards right. I wouldn't be like this, having to do such a long meeting easily, even though I don't really care about this video, right? But you know, I do because I can just show you some of the problem is it's quite quiet, right? Some of the problems here they lay out all the day like sleep problem. They mention your name all the way through, like my name, like also yours, right? So sometimes, yeah, they won't stoop it. They won't stoop to nothing else than just reverberate your fucking dignity and trying to destiny's work and trying to do everything right. So if there comes death threats at some point of threats to do this and that, maybe just for fun, I don't really know. I don't really give a shit. Then it can't be that bad. Me doing this long video, even though it's long. It's just saying. But I wouldn't do it hair-based. Would I? Yeah, I would. Because what is it that? Do I have something you want me to lose? Because I don't see nothing. Why thank you? I'm seeing someone go to the gym, having throwing a fit because the hands they get throwing a fit because of the hands. I'm seeing someone doing throwing a fit because something with the weights. Yeah, and I'm seeing someone overreact about a small issue, but in the past.
I'm seeing some people should stop being such a homebody, maybe at home all the time. I would just say maybe some people should just maybe start, like I said before, move a little bit less weed inside and have an actual hobby. I'm seeing people that should go, because we all have addictions in our lives. We all will be hit by addictions. We all also have demons that we can decide we want to live with what we have created for ourselves, or do we need to make changes? And people, they will react to going into some positive knowledge or system that makes them have a hobby, you know. Look up videos that are helpful, inspirational, in creating something, or have a hobby, whatever, in the YouTube, instead of having addiction to, you know, all the crazy shit out there, especially on the internet, buying useless EAUs and going up and crazy. I'm also seeing someone using their best to apply the best wares. 25% of you will apply the best wares out there to your apartment or your place. So that's the best thing. I'm seeing someone be bearing some retro fruits and creating bearing retro fruit. I'm hearing magnet feet. So you walk into a store, and afterwards a lot of customers have been attracted by. A lot of customers that also start to buy something and get lured a bit into buying a useless thing or two, something else. Something they think is good at the time, but doesn't matter what it is. Like, people follow you into the purchases you make and do the same ones, just because you did. I'm seeing someone being the first to do something in their community, their third card of court cards. What do they have here? The community card first consumer. I'm hearing James. I'm hearing Jill. I'm hearing both. I'm hearing someone is called Crystal at Bart or there. Somebody named Bart. Or being called Bart. Somebody's name is Cat Clinton. I'm hearing Cleo. I'm hearing Flex. Trinity. Somebody has the name Trinity. Being called that from a matrix, not in real life, but unless it's a legal name. Somebody name is Job. Being called Job. Jared Benton. Pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. Okay, but Joe. Deaf. Somebody has a nickname after their ears. To somebody called Flipper. Or they call it Dolphin Flipper. Somebody's called Willie. Somebody's called Nicholas. Again, significant. Something very significant about Nicholas. Somebody's called Les. Somebody's called Lassie. Leo. Somebody's called Jeff. Sue. Somebody's called Preston, like the Jaggers. Pierre, Klaus. Somebody's nickname is Santa. or they be called in a small period of people they enjoy being around. However long a period of friendship will be. Somebody's called long, like dragon, long, like dragon, like the Japanese dragon, isn't it called? Long, Chinese dragons, Chinese is long. Somebody's being called in real life. Somebody be called a loser and not be happy with it. Sometimes a person on my mind now will need to take a left turn or turn it all around. Somebody plays a lot of poker. Like they waste a lot of money on gambles, but they also go out and win a whole lot. Okay, a lot of good cards played on football, a lot of good cards played on casino. Some people out there, man, they could just pick the numbers at the casino all the time and just like sit there. Also about picking the right machine. Sometimes you just need to use discernment about what do you look at before going into it. That's on the apps. Sometimes things, some people need to follow their gut feeling. Somebody needs to listen to their intuition a little bit. Somebody doesn't like being called crazy, but they like how people look at their them. They will like it maybe when they be called something other than crazy, but crazy is part of someone's nickname. Wallace, my name Wallace. Professor. Jack. Let's not go over here. Let's not go. Hey, let's not go solo. Ha. Somebody I'm hearing, don't take crowbar to a wall. I'm sensing someone will want to use a crowbar for something they realize might or must happen someday. I'm hearing don't. But you might always take a range, Why not? You can turn things with it. Rubber bands. Somebody needs to go out and start their survival mode. That's only for 1%. Somebody needs to stop. Need to be stopped and need to be stopped killing. Somebody is on overdrive and a menace. That's what I hear. That's what I feel. Somebody called Felix. Somebody studies a lot. What do they study? Oh, yeah, I don't know what they're called. They study percentages. They are on the crypto. They have a lot of Bitcoin accumulated after a while. They have a lot in Bitcoin. Maybe it's more than double what it was 3 years ago. I think it is. No matter what, if you live to stay right. But somebody has been pouring money into the white lottery too, and winning a few games of pros. And somebody is not an addict that has a game. Somebody just plays for the fun of it and knows exactly with intuition, feeling some days I'm just gonna
place an awkward type of bet, maybe like 50% more than your maximum, and do it on the earlier turns, just for the heck of it, and knowing that you need to put 3 on this in order to win the hand, and they always does. So they come around with enough extra money every time they have done it to actually pay the family's vacation every year. The smaller one in the summer, the smaller one at least, and also they're good at the saving, but they also got one day, and that's the day where they play, and they also drink themselves in the tube. However you call it, Hvad vil du gerne give mig ret til at sove, det var? Jeg ved godt, det var bare lige for at sådan der. Det er ellers godt, at nogen der til at sige, du skal sove. Det er det bedre ved det. Man kan altid snyde sig selv ved at vide, at der kommer et positivt svar, hvis du stiller noget første gang. Og så bliver det selvfølgelig løgn omkring, men altså, hvis du bare vil have et positivt svar, så sådan noget. Okay, sometimes you can give a positive answer just to get in order to motivate, to boost you to do something that they don't want. All because of cloud, I think. Yeah, because they're hot shit, right? At least they think they're hot shit. That's crazy. I'm hearing somebody be called Cray Cray. Jab, Dinero, Conrad, Crazy, Felix, Wanda, Fun something about fun, VON, Fun Dog, something about funny being a silly dog. Some people can't just hold a laugh in. Somebody should do it less. Somebody lights my flame. Somebody be playing with fire. Somebody good at making outside stuff like making it with fire. Somebody's be called Ken or 10. Somebody's a 10. Somebody be ignorant about what they do. Somebody need to go out more. A lot of you are. A lot of you. I'm seeing a lot of you might be actually wearing glasses, man. Yeah, trust. Like 12% of you be needing glasses. Somebody be looking good with glasses. Somebody wears contacts. More than 20% has some kind of eye, and only 8% of them uses contacts. About this collective. So it wouldn't work if it wasn't a collective. But since you guys are out there, you can't say, oh, this doesn't fit because it's your own meaning here. But
stop insisting on stepping into the death card, standing there telling me what the truth is, standing there telling me who is the funnier guy or who is the guy with the best tamed demons, because I don't care. But I see cracks in everyone, and I like them, but sometimes it do me too much, man. No, it's not a reading for the outside. This is what I said. It's not a live. It's not an outside live. an area reading, which I did two years ago a few times. Or some of the many speeches I did, having to speak back to these people who were hiding their faces and throwing the pilots dog shit. Somebody needs to be more hygienic. I just remember I saw somebody actually having two places lifted up a dog shit and didn't put it on a rock that separates the road. Two different places, and when the first one was removed, and the other one came. I'm seeing somebody just doing too much work just for something that could be less useless. Like, if you absolutely have to make a statement, then buy the flag and put it in. Like, then it's also easier for somebody to pick up that doesn't have that dog with them. It sounds really stupid, but it really actually helps. Somebody is a genius. Somebody's personality borders on genius a lot of times, because the flashes of inspiration and passion is swinging rapidly from one to the next. Like a barometer is a good momentum, you know. But it goes back into resting position again, and then sometimes the flash comes in and you have a very good genius ability. Some people have 3 planets in Gemini, so the ideas just come from everywhere, you know. Art, communication, you know. There might be a Leo stepping into this reading. I remember the Leo card, strength. Why strength and justice swapped? You know, now you will know, because I have the same neurology as Wade, who designed tarot cards and made the 8 and the 2 swap, you know. And I felt that shit when I started realizing for myself, why could even this be, or what do you send it as for a number when you see justice is an 8 in this deck. Because it's about standing in your power. Because like justice, it's about standing firmly in what you know is right and what you know is your truth. You know. That's why it's an 8 in some days, and strength is also about strength is also about love, but it's also about egotism. So you have to stand in your power. You know, you tame the beast. You are good to animals and all that, because you need to attract the same things that you give out. You also need to. You can never really be attracting the things you want if you don't be a frequential match, and so you can do all the kinds of things, but the best thing to do is just be good. Because I hear people don't want fake, they want real. And that's true. You don't want a fake hate. You don't want a bad reputation, you want a good reputation. And then why people go out and try to do it the opposite for others. I don't see why it hangs in a thread at the argument. You should see the attempts the comics out there will be making all the time, man. So yeah, don't mind me speaking about the sound at the beginning. this is definitely fine. For this one, this is shitty video, but don't worry, the other one is twice as important and just as shitty. Twice as shitty, twice as important. Because they want to eliminate me. And they also try to eliminate a lot of people. This person has been able to be heard from all corners and angles a lot of times. It's coming from other than the residences closely to. It's also coming there, but it's coming from frequencies. Sequences actually, rather sequences, not frequencies. Frequencies are created by sequences. In this scenario here, like the cars say stupid stuff, all that shit, the roads that they're rolling on. They say they have to resonate in order to do some things. Like I resonate, then you create something I don't understand. I don't give a fuck about learning to understand. I'm just hearing words too much, and I'm like, why did anyone pick those words from all that could be used by that? Because it's funny, I'm hearing. Because then they have other ways to have you than you think you are. Then they can think that you walk around believing that it's magic what they do, while you always just know it's just gimmicks. But what you don't know doesn't hurt your feelings. But if you really saw it sometimes when it comes to things that they say, then it will hurt you a lot more when you figure out that you can't hide from it, that you just need to listen to that bullshit all the time because they even want to keep you awake. And then why is it funny to make someone miss their appointments to having to speak to the police, for example, every 2 months to 1 month, something like that? Why is no one addressing that you go into misfortune and you go into new scenarios, walking into prison, for example, walking into the psych ward, bodily changes, and they do notice those, right? But they always don't care when it happens to you, even though they try to make it happen to you, because they can't be like them, and you be you. In order for them to be happy, they have to make you appear in the same way as them, instead of just seeing through it all and realizing when you do it for others, you will become fat yourself. Somebody gained a lot of weight, by the way. Me included. Because prison just makes you fat. And now I have bad eating habits because the food is too good out here. I was used to eating so much, and now it's just like I'm aware of what makes it more badly intaking, which components. Fat, for example. Like sugar is not the same. I hear sugar creates fat, but since it's burned so high in your body, then you will easily be able to walk it off if you just walk a little bit. So all the sugar that becomes fat can actually be prohibited by walking a little bit extra, like I usually say, if I just want to lose the stomach, then 1.5 months if it's what I have now, but rather a week if you just do 120 to 180% of your normal daily, as long as you have a bike and you have to get somewhere to get to your normal dailies. But it's not more than a few kilometers, but you have to walk fast. Sometimes you have to walk up hills and take the stairs a little bit up, just when you can. You keep healthy by getting a bike. I need to do that, for example. I need to get more sun. I need to get more sleep. I need to this, that, the third. But it's fine about me. But just 120 to 180% of your normal daily routines will definitely help you. At least as long as you have a bike and you can, I say, high enough, mid to very high metabolism, and then just 2 weeks, then you will lose the gut if it started to annoy you. So I may have worried too little, because I realized if you have nothing to eat other than something with maybe 40% fat in, and you put it on bread every day because you have nothing else, even though you eat a lot less, that's what I think makes you gain, and because you don't get out and move a lot. That's how it is. So I'll be actually disappointed looking at myself sometimes. Right now, I'm like, it should have been a few months now. But if I don't get out and move, then what can I say? I usually do all year, so there's nothing wrong about that. I need to get my bike though. I can keep warm until November practically, with definitely just a t-shirt, two layers. But yeah, maybe keep it fine and simple. Wear darker colors for a t-shirt. Wear a darker colored t-shirt that fits you more like a good. What's it called? A good fabric, that fits the body and is comfortable at the same time. Not like normal t-shirts. I always think I get sweaty in those. Or I used to. I'm not really wearing t-shirts all the time anymore at all actually. But yeah, maybe it's just, at least when it's of a specific fabric that's more used in work, and then you can get. See it. You know what I'm talking about, right? You can definitely sometimes feel a little bit colder in those, because there's the space between them and all. Between your armpits and the fabric, Like those shirts, it doesn't have to be a t-shirt, but I'm seeing those short arms. Somebody, I remember when I tried wearing like a bubbly type of vest. I think it was for the women, however you pronounce that. I don't know why all this needs to come out, but hey, somebody should try wearing one of those, like a totally shirtless jacket. Sleeveless, totally sleeveless, and again black. I'm seeing for the girls wear white jacket, for the boys wear dark jacket, dark blue, very dark blue, or to black, to black, jet black, or darker blue mixed with jet black. Okay. Bluer than the deepest waters, you can see its color.
cool. I don't really care. I'm seeing someone throwing just books up in the air. I'm seeing a young tarot reader casting away a deck, discarding a deck, or the edges became bent, and so you had to realize that you couldn't shuffle it because there would be higher percentage of this and this, that, and the third card popping up or not. So I'm seeing someone discard a perfectly good magic card deck. I'm seeing myself actually ordering some cards, at least checking out how far it will go. I'm seeing myself designing 2 magic decks. One is the 16, it's the 96 card, and the other is a more oracle deck that is cursed just like the Kipper. I want that one. I can feel the curse in those cards, even just looking at it through the screen. It's a good curse though. Fun thing about them that they're better at clarifying things before the things appear. So spreading them first and then put the positions as a tarot card and clarifier. They're better at doing it before than after, and that always puzzles me. Whichever am I thinking about? I'm thinking about other decks. Wasn't there something with gold leaf on the edges instead of the silver leaf, or if that's even a thing. I'm remembering that. That deck is pretty good too. Oh yeah, I'm remembering this one, but it was so obviously great. The one time I actually tried to do 6 minutes because of time running out that day. 6 minutes was the reading. It came like this deck had 56 cards, right? Only there was missing 4 of both suits. Of both colors in the suit. It was more like a card deck, definitely great for playing, but all the majors had both the reversed and the upright version of it. I mean, it wouldn't even say what is what, but if you ever switch it up, you would have to actually find out what the things really mean. So the court cards, on the other hand, you will never know, because they have different colors, upright and reversed, but there was no names on any card. Different colors, but same painting, or attempted the same. You would have to know on the magician, because one would be pointing it in this way and wearing a hat, and the other would have another hat, and other the swap colors for the rest from the torso and down, but pointing in the same direction, you know. So you just have to pick one. It's pointing in the same direction. One direction upright is right, and one direction reversed is wrong. So that one was identical, but the 22 of them had really nice story panning out in them, where you could actually learn more about both the society of that time but they had the court cards come out as only upright, and on the other hand, majors, they told a deep story about the reversed Sagittarius card, the upright world versus why is the reversed world
looking like that upside down, so you can fill it with more colors in your clarification. If you clarified with those, or clarified with the 96 card, with twice as many core cards, whichever you chose, man, those readings came out epic. Oh, I actually found out who's claimed to have the cards I lost. It was at the same time. Those two decks, one with magic cards, and there was like it was 90% done, and the other one with the 56 cards. So there would actually be lost some of the cards in the 56 card, right? There would be cards that would be lost to that deck because they wouldn't appear. They just weren't in the game. How they played the tarot cards at that time. But they did it to show society back then when it was being built. Show society from all types of corners of life, but with a humorous type of twist. But the humor back then, it could have been 300 years ago, and then maybe the same generations as now would have come around with Pluto and stuff, and some eras of people are better at finalizing something. Some others do a lot of mistakes, others do a lot of other adjustments, and something about Scorpio is style, you know. That's a good part of the Pluto. I'm also seeing the Judgment card again. The card is very stylish, actually. The way it's alive, especially those where they hovering out of the chests. I just think it looks cool with the trumpet and all that, and the Swiss looking a little bit like the Swiss flag, which I think is also looking very aesthetically pleasing to those colors, like England colors, but with a straight plus, you know, directly taped to man. I need to be make those Oracle decks, man. I actually did collect 9 cards one time, where I saw all these cards. They're like ancient, some of them, but they tell the obvious story just by the card, what the name of the card and the image was on it. So I had 9 cards where I could spread them out and look at them, and this is the forbidden cards. There was also Evil Eye. There was also one shake into the jail, the jail bars. Need to remember. Claustrophobia, yeah. And there was just the Obsidian Eye, you know. I thought it was cool back then. And then there was something about something with red in it, fire in it, but it was like more like rain or something. It was more like if you see a board of small fireballs laying there, not getting put out. Maybe if you see a put out fireplace where all the logs are still glowing, where it has put itself out and it's just like generating a little bit less heat. Something about something about the aesthetics of it. I don't remember all the 9 cards. I had so many Magic cards once. Then it became a few decks, and maybe I could. I don't remember why I went down so many. But yeah, I remember I put all the cards there where I left from, and never came back to them after 9 months, still hoping maybe they haven't cast them away. And then I just asked, I think so. Or they come to me saying, here you go. And I was like, oh, what? Thank you. I remember not taking them with me. I forgot. But what we were staying with before that, because I was a Magic freak since 2016, what would I do then? I would cast away 80% of my cards, donating them, and then I would still have like a heavy ass thing with the cards in. That was the 20% that I still kept, And I would just go and walk around with it in the bag after I received them again. But yeah, whatever. For Magic card decks, I remember doing a lot of red green, and in the red green it was more like no, actually that's again the enraged deck. I'm telling you, it works in real life. That's stupid ass deck. I'm building a red green right now until I have nothing that I need to use in that I can't swap out with something else. Then it will probably not be the one I've been working on for like 4 years or so. But definitely always have a blue-black deck. This is just funny to play. And a pure black. And the pure black, you can put it just to play test against other decks, and then you just play test against yourself. It doesn't matter which side wins, it matters whether you know about the deck. Yeah, take a good deck is the pure red, a good competitor deck. Something about afflict. Afflict in red cards with the of devastation set. Something about afflict in general. In a zombie deck, but one that is actually useful. Something about that deck, 3 elixirs of elixirs. I want to talk about the deck actually instead, the one I was making. Shall we see? I needed to put the list out someday. I'm getting Astral Cornucopia. Had I donated to someone, I'm buying it back. Just because I actually wanted that to come out in the scene in the Oracle decks before. Astral Cornucopia. I need to figure out exactly can the Astral Cornucopia be used as the Cornucopia and other cards. What do they even say? Maybe I should look at Astrea's readings. Something about Astrea 5P. Something about try, if all else fails, try it 3 months ago. 3 months ago to 13 months ago. Something about sorry to Astrea if some specific message that came out once that maybe wasn't well informed enough. something about sorry for this video having to be needed to be shown. Something about thanks to my smaller database of people. Something about this reading here. Things in small portions, man. Bigger things for smaller portions. Something about that. Like enjoy making content for. I'm seeing something about you putting less ads on someone's channels than others do. So, for example, mine, I never really placed ads because I don't want to make money off it. Because then I have the better videos, not for the 300,000, but for the 20 fucking people, or where 20 will see it, and I have 12 subscribers. Something about just that you enjoy your content in creating it. You will do it. You will do it great. Something about hello to Saint Nicholas, whoever he is. Or whoever's called Nicholas. Nicole. Somebody saves up Nichols. Somebody is called English man. Like he's called English man. A woman be called something with man. But it's more like something like what they're being called is like man or something like that. For example. Fred, Connie, Karen, Kingston, Willie, Wiley. Somebody listened to Wiley a lot. Yeah. Somebody's called Thomas. Somebody's called Michael. Me. Reverberates. Somebody looks at Beavis and Butthead. Somebody is mind reader. Somebody who can tell. So, yeah, somebody claiming that their shit is yours. Somebody saying, I said that somebody's claiming that your shit is theirs, but he didn't get to say anything. So how did he say something that, if I said it wrong, how did he say it right? Somebody's just a bum. I'm just a bum. Somebody is the bum in Swachigo. And somebody else doesn't like being there. Some people in here have heard some pretty petty things over the last few years, or last 10 to 20 years.
somebody just has a pile of comedy that could have been unraveled if they was writing it, because the jokes would write themselves. Somebody's very funny. I'm seeing you actually getting your whole what is called your whole work environment to laugh, and you don't even realize it because your jokes are too good for them to show you that it's funny until they actually get it. Somebody's saying, I get it. Somebody's go-getter. Somebody's gonna be called, no one's gonna be called anything in the future. But somebody's being called Gun. I'm hearing Gunfall. Sweet Release. I'm hearing Tekken. I'm hearing Minions. I'm hearing a title being called Creator of May. I'm hearing a good voice for the song contest. I'm seeing someone actually practicing that, and someone else actually finding that someday. For future energies, I'm seeing somebody wants to be informed about more so the future than the past, and I'm seeing many people who want to actually be informed about past love than actually future love. That's also something I'm feeling right now. I'm just seeing the health in getting back together with someone where I'm just seeing a lot of people getting something to work out where it was a stalemate, whatever it's called, in the beginning. Also about the cards I pulled, I'm hearing someone is gold mine, and you always knew it, an emotional gold mine, where you can even create your own. I'm seeing someone's riches get them far, because you have heard of you heard more from your own hobbies than from your addictions. I'm hearing practice. Practice makes the world fall for your feet. Practice makes the world fall, have I heard. And that's a good way. Like when you see the Tower cards as a yes card, even though it isn't. But sometimes you could just say, like, this is how it breaks down. This is how it's going to break down, and you can sometimes also crack their spine if you just stand strong and just look them in the eye. For example, like the opposite of what the Tower is, then it's actually their spine that will be cracking and not yours. That was also something I talked about in the Tower card, and when I put it on the bottom of a deck as someone's card, one of the cards after talking to them about the free cards or whatever, but I can see how it looks very pleasant. No, but it's actually one of the coolest cards. It's also paradigm shift, right? You're shocking people. The Tower card, you're shocking people. You have a strong temper. You have good temper. You know when you strike right, and you need to. You're liberating your soul. You are liberating, because liberation is pretty good. But when I saw that it's about liberation, actually, that card, I was pretty pleasantly surprised. But it's also Rocky Mountain, even though whatever happens, then the Tower is one of the cards that has a side effect, and that's, in this case, it makes every card a little less heavy, and even to the people who aren't current to the reading, even in the area you are in, where you currently read, or the collective is, whoever hears it has to know that there's a thundercloud on its way. That's why it comes up in the tarot cards, it's because it can warn us of things. You want to know why it's called the magician, the strength, and the devil, and then it's called the high priestess, the hermit, and the tower. That's the 6 building blocks of the universe to create and destroy. And the magician puts his universe law bending rules to action in a powerful spell. Only when he's good to animals and himself, and has the courage with the strength card. Otherwise, the devil would be able to make a contract and claim him, but we'll see through that shit if you're good, you know. Or you can get all you will need for the magician would need the devil in his life at one point in time at that, because you need to see that he has to actually ask the devil for the will to be able to bend a rule in the universe, so he can create a specific spell that he wants to be able to work with. Sometimes you cannot bend the rules of the universe without having to ask the devil first, but you have to do it where you're doing it for being good. Because also, what would you do if you live a horrible, give others a horrible experience? Then you end up in death privately, in devil privately, right? In Hades, as I'm hearing. That's where you end up anyway. So why create it before that? Og så der, hvad hedder det? Så der så og the high priestess, det jo Holy Spirit, som så fortæller dig, at hvis du med det hermit-kortet går indad, som en, der har meget visdom, og så du går ind i The Dark Night of the Soul, fanger din skygge og bruger dit indre lys til at lyse vejen frem, til at genforene dig med din skygge. Du skal gå igennem. The High Priestess er nødt til for at learn to advare about the tower, or be able to create a tower, create God's wrath, or bring God's wrath as the High Priestess, because the High Priestess has the magician and High Priestess are God and the Holy Spirit together, which is also the free card, the world card, right? I think God is in many things in life, and there's no issue, definitely not. So I thought maybe, since the world card is the complete card, God is just the magician and the high priestess, and then you go from the high priestess to the hermit and then to the tower, because then the high priestess would be able to warn about towers, as she should be able to, because she is the tarot reader she is the oracle, right? Even the Queen of Wands is, but High Priestess is all the queens and all the knights, at least when you're reading with us. And for us, we say this, that High Priestess wants to make you a tarot reading because she knows things, but it comes forth in more genius ways, that wisdom, right? You can only be wise if you also leave some time for yourself and need to go out and be alone, or be able to not integrate, but and the devil is the card that is what's helping you bend the universe in a positive direction, because either way you can bend the universe in the negative direction too. And the High Priestess could be a bad High Priestess and not be able to see a tower coming. So, life path. Then you can also read the life path from 1 to 7 and 8 from 8 to whatever, and in the third row, or you can read it from 21 to 15, and then, but the third row is the devil's row. It starts with the devil, right? It's so crazy because in that row you have actually, it's like 3 major zodiac signs. These 3 rows of 7. One of them ends up in the Chariot, and another one starts in the Devil. The one that starts in the Devil has both the Sun card and it's the Saturn card. I think. Okay, the World, the Sun, the Moon, Pluto, Judgment. Oh, yeah, okay. The Devil, right? Goes around and starts life, then the Tower is coming in the beginning, and that's what sets the whole cycle off. Something breaks, and then something is needed to be wished upon. So you're a hard worker, then you see something else in your life crack, or maybe you're just negative being in the beginning until something cracks, and then you see the light. Finally, first time you see the light. Then the moon comes. That's the danger card, and then and that's the world, the moon, the sun, and the devil. Like, so, don't forget that hell also wants to present itself in the cards about the universe. It wants to present itself as a piece of existence. And if that's true, then it's definitely also another type of proof that, maybe I shouldn't say that, but I just want you to know, if there's a 5D, then there is then there is also possibly something higher, that can't be bothered with anything else, that you don't get to before you are all knowing, and he'll be a place you could most would have to be able to go visit more than once. Isn't the devil good if he is a prisoner? He is jailer. In a way, I'm just thinking about that. I always, because I see this devil card, it's also marriage, because it's the darker side. It's the darker side of the coin of being in love. The card 6 and card 15. It's the binding of the contract, keeping two together. But if they can see each other as young, even though it's been years, and they can see past from then after work I have to go home to the devil again. If they can work it around, then marriage will be successful. Otherwise, don't do it, because it's a devil. Marriage, marriage is also like devil. It's also any contract, any work contract, any marriage contract, anything. And if there wasn't no Page of Swords, then we wouldn't be able to sit here and watch the internet. So I'm hearing that energy is. I'm being guided to say energy is more important to read about than gender and age. It could always be something else, but remember, it's a person. But sometimes it's good to just maybe refresh your. This is to some readers out there. Maybe refresh your tarot abilities a little bit. Sometimes go read it again, even though. I'm feeling guided to make you guys check what was called tarot verbatim, but it should be able to be found somewhere, and then just look at you can look at for example, picture with 2 cards and see, okay, see verbs. That's what it's called. The website is down for whatever it was worth back then. It's not so easy to access all the info that was there before. But on Instagram you can do it. You can see that they verb it.
that's also why you get to have a card where, even though Two of Cups means love, then it's also something about the cups and the two. That's because it's like a spell that binds people together. If there's a two and they make a cheers, then they have a common unison for some reason, and the lion in the sky that comes up from the two people, the winged lion. It's the spur that is resolved. For example, the spell of being in love with something that influences. So influence is also about Two of Cups. Also, you also get influenced by something in order to. So, what can I say? But energy starts to go crazy and becoming aware of this. So I just wanted to say hi, and now I think I'm going to get to seep into the darkness of things here. So too long didn't read this one. It's not gonna be the one that's a reading. It's not important. You know, I'm going to do a reading with someday, because I really don't have more than one deck right now. I should definitely go and build my Oracle decks. So maybe I will do that. Maybe I will just create them as proxies in the beginning, because they could still be able to do a little bit more. Just as drawings. The challenge of the deck is building them with having to figure out first and foremost a card that represents them, and then afterward design the deck with what is this card. They have to be. They have to have a certain theme, and singular. Sometimes cards can have a different setting. So maybe you see text on this card or something, or maybe you see white borders, and why only because one card gets that. For example, how would you then recreate it? You can create the one without borders, but it had to make sense. You have to also be able to create one with white borders out of 78. If it didn't make sense otherwise. So, and then comes what is this? Okay, it's Queen of Swords, it's strategist. What is the reverse Queen of Swords? For me, it was then the Dragon of Mist, Hunger, Ire, Rod of Lies and Mist. I think it's a 5/5 for 4 with flying. When it then becomes the target of a spell ability, it gets destroyed. So you can create them, but how would you draw something where you have you have the text be the sole message in this card, because of whatever reason, or you have the name of the card to be, where would you put the names also? All this, it would pose some challenge, but that makes it beautiful. So yeah. So I just wanted to say Grand Rising, even though time is whatever time it is. I can't actually see that. Even though it's 2:33 in the morning.
So it's the Grand Rising. Because it's 2:33. So it was about midnight when I started this. And like I said, right now I have the right to be a little bit annoying with creating this video, even though because no matter what, people they scream back at me, and they don't normally scream back at me, just scream at me from different resonances. Excuse me. And it's something I would have to think about. What can I really do for not making this something I just don't want to post? Because it's annoying. The sound is annoying anyway, and you would have to turn it off in order to. But because they're so good at keeping up with their image, they just get written down in the storybooks as bad creations with the retracting form of the lovers spread in the light pad. So they don't want to get judged. So they don't want to do crimes, do killing sprees, go out, be criminal, go out, be drunk and high and saying all the stuff that you wanted to say. Whoa, God, it's the full on. Isn't it? So for the sole purpose, don't go out in every full moon standing there making magic, man. Don't go out and say everything to everyone else that you wanted to say to yourself. But that was their fucking energy in that group, and they stayed the same. It stayed the same for 2 years, 3 years, and more people came through. More people will come to say this is a bye for you, and oftentimes they just keep staying in the same energy anyway. And if they don't make a fucking change to that, then it gets to now, it's too late for them. They will get down in history. And they think they're not. They think they will not be judged or remembered for anything that they try to do, because they try to make so much of it is subliminal, so you get crazy because you hear the same words over and over again. Whoa. You could see the colors. I'm hearing somebody say they don't want to look at the moon or the colors. Isn't it weird to stand not in a person's energy and say, Michael, so blah 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 blah. Like it's not a contest. I'm right. I'm here too. I'm not some kind of whatever you would call it. I'm not some kind of team on your robot deck that you watch every Saturday night. I'm here. I'm not a contest. Not a contest. What am I saying? I'm definitely no one's competition, and take that as you will. But I'm proud of it. That I can go around doing that sometime right now. Just being no one's competition. Right now, fuck you all. That's how I really be feeling these days. I'm fucking glad that this is not a night where they blah 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 blah.
But imagine how quiet it would have been if I hadn't made this video, because they don't want to they don't want to get judged. They don't want to. So I don't understand why they want to be the truth when they actually be lying like shit out there. Try to pose as you and made everyone believe that you were saying stupid stuff, and like, that's how I feel. That's how it is. But it's been like for years, and where is the other person so much being recorded through? Maybe they just walk around with microphones and stupid stuff all the time. Well, they have to use some use for whatever they buy on Temu. Is that even something I can do? Hey, welcome to Red Shadow Legends. But now, let me add a little bit on about Shadow Legends. Somebody said, "Oh, people will misunderstand you." What is that saying? Let's say good night. And see you all in the. I'm hearing. See you all on the next noon. In the next noon, somebody would be saying. So remember to say hi to your boss next time. I don't know. Don't actually do that if you don't. It was fun. It's good to have some stupid fun, but not in the furious kinds. Good. See you all.